Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about how to turn your brain off at night. And yeah, okay, your brain is always working and it doesn't have an on-off switch, so you can't actually turn it off completely, but you can certainly slow it down before you go to sleep and actually allow yourself to have a decent night's sleep rather than have your mind racing all the time, keeping you awake and stressing you out and leaving you not really very well prepared for the following day. So that's really what we mean by turning your brain off at night. And start by cutting out all electronics, and that isn't just 1 minute before going to bed. You can't just turn watch a thriller on TV or a whodunit or a murder or one of these effectively the things that used to be Saturday morning cinema where they always end in a cliffhanger and you've just watched the most recent episode and you're thinking, what's next? And that'll leave your mind buzzing. So that's not good. And checking your Facebook and your emails and things like that just before you go to Twitter feeds and all that kind of stuff just before you go to sleep. No, because your mind's it's it's leaving things incomplete, and that your mind will then try and complete the loop while you're sleeping, and that just doesn't work. If you need to, make a list so that your mind knows, yeah, they're on that piece of paper there or they're on that screen, or don't, as I said, don't do electronics too close to bed. So pen and paper are better, and 9 times out of 10, you'll never go back to the list. That's fine. It might even be 99 times out of 100 or 999 times out of 1,000. But your mind doesn't care about that because it knows that it's there if it needs to go back. And again, that stops it fretting at night and wondering what's happened or what's happening. So making a list, if you get in the habit of doing that during the day as well, you'll actually find you can concentrate better because it's out of your mind. Your mind isn't having to keep a separate bucket for it to think, those are all the things I need to remember. And it's like going to a shopping list and getting distracted. If you go shopping without a shopping list, chances are you'll get stuff that you didn't want and maybe isn't healthy for you, and you'll forget stuff that you did want. So a list, yeah, dead easy, simple, and it works. Next, get into a routine before bed. It's no point in, that's why shift workers have problems, there's no point in sort of going to bed at 9 o'clock one night because you feel tired, 11 o'clock another night, 3 a.m. the following morning, all that kind of thing. A routine doesn't have to be to the minute, you don't have to be OCD about it, but you certainly should be within sort of plus or minus, I'd suggest 30 minutes, maybe even 15, but in that kind of window. You think about it, if you've ever travelled across time zones and you're jet lagged, that's what happens if you're doing that regularly, if you're several hours different on kind of when you go to sleep, you're effectively jet lagged before you go to bed, and that's going to conspire against you. And it means your brain will be thinking it'll be trying to reconcile the different times. That yeah, it's why is it this one this time? And it's yet another thing it doesn't need to think about. Sleep dark. That doesn't, well, it does actually mean, yeah, turn your phone to silent. It means turn all the lights off, cover up any of the standby blues and reds and all the other colours that are there, and sleep at the right temperature. It's very, very easy to be slightly too warm, slightly too cold, and your mind is then trying to reconcile that. But turning off all the lights, sleeping as dark as you possibly can, we'd have been, yeah, we'd have had moonlight and stuff like that, but generally speaking, we'd have been dark historically for most of our existence. So do the same. And if you really can't get to sleep, break state, go into a different room, sit down in a darkened room, no TV, no internet, no, maybe a book, but probably not, and just chill. You might even fall asleep in the chair. It's okay, but rather than lying in bed worrying, fretting to yourself, thinking, why haven't I gone to sleep yet? Why haven't I gone to sleep yet? Why haven't I gone to sleep yet? And all that does is wind you up more and more and more, and that's not good. So break state. You can always wander back into your room, just almost sleepwalk in. You might even sleepwalk in. It's allowable as long as you don't go anywhere stupid. Another option is do a progressive muscle relaxation. I've left this tool fairly late because it does take a bit of doing. But what you do, start at either your head or your toes, doesn't matter which. Doesn't matter if you don't know the names of all your body parts. You start with relaxing your scalp, if we're going head to toe, then your mind, your brain, your skull, the area around your eyes, the area around your nose. Just spend a minute or so on each, just talking to yourself in your head quietly, letting each one slowly relax and go to sleep. And as you move down or up your body, let each one of those just stay asleep and move further down. As I said, you move down, if you're moving down, you go right the way down your chin, neck, shoulders, arms, hands, chest, stomach, all that kind of thing. There are plenty of tracks you can download if you want to use that with a bit of help so you're not having to think about it. But those do really, really work. And you'll probably find you don't get all the way through your body before you're actually asleep. The trick is to do it in a really slow voice, just allow yourself to drift off. It works. Another option, one I do regularly, is listen to a meditation track before going to sleep. I'll just put it on and I might listen for 5 minutes, I might listen for 15. It varies. But it just helps me chill, helps me, it's part of my personal routine for going to sleep. And again, find out what works for you. But if you've got anything else that you think, pop a comment in the video below. And there's also a link in the video below to a couple of meditations and quite a few other things that will probably help you just chill out a bit more. So go for it, and thanks for watching.